Hi, welcome back to Comic Issues Daily, where we bring you more news than the Bugle or the Planet. I'm Bryant, and this is I from I Have Comic Issues, and today we're diving into the biggest headlines shaking comics right now, from Marvel's most sinister villain rankings to previews of patriotic time travel to Skybound taking over NYCC, plus a look at today's cover price daily shakers. We've got you covered, and let's get into it. But before we do that, please remember, if you can, support Brandon, Mom Comics. His family lost their house in a house fire a couple weekends ago. This is a link to the GoFundMe. You can support that if you want to. The information's right there. You can go check that out. All right. First story we're getting into today is from comicbook.com's Justin Binode, that has ranked the 10 greatest villains in the X-Men history. And the headline shocker is that Mr. Sinister doesn't take, or the headline shocker is that Magneto does not take the top spot. And instead, the crown goes to Mr. Sinister. Sinister, whose unrepentant evil and long-term scheming has cast a shadow across decades of mutant stories. The piece highlights how X-Men villains are unique in blending physical menacing with moral and ideological weight, making them some of the most complex antagonists in comics. The list runs the gamut from classic machines like the Sentinels and their advanced counterpart Nimrod to visceral brawlers like Sabretooth and Omega Red, to psychological threats such as the Shadow King and Cassandra Nova. Even non-mutant foes like Henry Gyrich and Juggernaut earn their place, showing how the X-Men enemies reflect not just superpowers, but prejudice, politics, and personal betrayals. These inclusions underline the multifaceted battles the team has fought since the 1960s. When it comes to the top tier, Magneto lands at number 2, recognized for his ideological depth and tragic complexity, but he's edged out by Mr. Sinister at number 1. Sinister's genetic manipulation, cloning experiments, and relentless plotting embodies pure villainy without remorse. The binode argument is that while Magneto is often sympathetic, Sinister has remained consistently menacing and destructive, earning his place as the ultimate adversary. Do you agree that Sinister outpaces Magneto as the greatest X-Men villain, or does the Master of Magnetism still deserve the crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. All right, and then AIPT, they has given fans a first look at the 1776 #1 Marvel's upcoming Prestige miniseries, arriving November 12th of 2025. Written by Steve Orlando with art by Leonardo Romero, the series transports Captain America and a hand-picked team of heroes back to the Revolutionary era to ensure the founding of the United States is not disrupted. Orlando describes the story as a patriotic spectacle layered with deep questions about the ideals America was built on. The preview page reveals Cap joined by Doctor Strange, Storm, and Wolverine, instantly setting this up as a crossover rather than a solo adventure. Romero's artwork blends colonial authenticity with Marvel heroics, placing familiar characters against a backdrop of 18th century America. The combination of period detail and superhero action gives the series a striking look that sets it apart from Marvel's usual event fare. At the heart of the story is a time-manipulating villain bent on sabotaging the Revolutionary War. While Marvel hasn't confirmed their identity, the implication is that supernatural and temporal forces will collide with real history. The series promises not just battles, but a reflection on how ideals like liberty and justice evolve in a world where Marvel heroes can literally shape the past. Will you pick up 1776 this November? And do you think Captain America should be Marvel's figurehead in stories about American history? Let us know in the comments. All right, and then comicbook.com, Aaron Pierre argues that Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, should have remained dead after his climatic end in Amazing Spider-Man 122. from 1973. The story, paired with the tragic death of Gwen Stacy, became one of Marvel's defining moments, cementing the theme that Spider-Man's choices come with irreversible consequences. Norman's death by his own glider was the ultimate example of villainous hubris bringing about its own downfall. In the mid-1990s, Marvel's editorial reverse course, resurrecting Osborn during the Clone Saga and revealing he had survived all along. While his return brought back a recognizable foe, it also weakened the emotional weight of Gwen's death. Pierre pointed out that this undoing cheapened one of the most powerful tragedies in superhero comics, shifting it from a final lesson into another retcon in an endless cycle. Since then, Osborn has been central to arcs like Dark Reign, the Red Goblin saga, and multiple crossovers. But each new appearance arguably erodes the haunting finality of his original demise. Piran frames this as a broader issue of comics. Sometimes letting a villain stay dead gives a story permanence and gravitas that endless resurrections can't match. Do you think bringing Norman Osborn back enriched Spider-Man's mythos, or should the Green Goblin have stayed buried with his legacy intact? Share your take in the comments. And then comicbook.com's Kofi Outlaw has spotlighted 5 DC superhero teams that deserve a regular series, arguing that DC leans too heavily on its icons while leaving fan-favorite groups underutilized. These teams not only carry nostalgic value, but also represent untapped potential to expand DC storytelling beyond solo titles and event crossovers. The list begins with Young Justice, featuring legacy characters like Tim Drake's Robin, Cassie's Sandsmark's Wonder Girl, and Bart Allen's Impulse. Despite steady fan demand and an acclaimed animated series, the team has lacked a consistent publishing home. Outlaw also highlights the Trinity, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, who have headlined countless events but never have sustained. I think they have had one ongoing series called the Trinity, but I don't think it was very long-lived. Rounding out the list are the Legion of Superheroes, whose futuristic scope could anchor sci-fi reinvention. The Outsiders often moral complex, covert missions, and Justice League International, beloved for its humor and character chemistry. Outlaw's case is that the team books like these diversify DC's line and provides fans with a range of tones and genres the publisher is currently missing. Well, I know they're doing stuff with the Legion of Superheroes right now, but they are a little bit on the evil side since the Legion of Dark Side heroes. And then on the Justice League front, we got Justice League Unlimited, which is all the Justice League members as one team, but with different heroes they can send to go do specific missions. Which DC team would you most like to see return? Young Justice, JLI, or another squad entirely? Sound off in the comments. And then AIPT has revealed that Skybound Entertainment full plans for New York Comic Con 2025, and the company is clearly staking its claim as a convention powerhouse. With creator signage, big franchise reveals, and exclusive collectibles, Skybound is positioning itself to stand shoulder to shoulder with Marvel and DC on the con floor. Confirmed guests include Joshua Williamson, Tom Riley, George Corona, Daniel Warden Johnson, and Robert Kirkman. Their projects span everything from Batman to Transformers to Do a Powerbomb, giving Skybound a star-studded lineup to promote the Energon universe, the shared world of Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Void Rivals. With this interconnected storytelling, that line has become one of the most successful shared universes outside the big two. Skybound is also spotlighting horror, with Creepshow expanding its partnership with Universal Monsters, Frankenstein, and offering exclusive variant covers and merchandise. For fans, it's not just about panels, but about unique collectibles and experiences. For Skybound, it's about making clear that it isn't just an indie publisher anymore. It's a player. Are you planning to check out Skybound's booth or panel at NYCC this year? And which franchise excites you the most? The Energon Universe, Creep Show, or Frankenstein? Tell us below. All right, and now we got the CovrPrice Daily Shakers from September 22nd. And today's snapshot includes some high-value collecting with silver and golden age keys setting the pace. The biggest mover was Incredible Hulk #1 from 1962. A CDC 5.5 sold for $28,500, proving that Hulk's debut remains one of the most sought-after books in the Silver Age. Meanwhile, a Batman #5 from 1941, graded as CGC 8.5, and an Amazing Fantasy 15 from 1962, graded at a 1.8. Both sold for right around $15,000 or for $15,899 and $13,936 respectively, showing that both Golden Age and early Marvel keys continue to thrive regardless of grade. Horror books also made a statement, with Haunting Tales #5 from 1953, graded as CGC 8.0, fetching $6,600, and a Haunted Tales #6 from 1952, graded at a CGC 6.5, hitting $5,760. And meanwhile, a Detective Comics #140 from 1948, the first appearance of the Riddler, sold for $6,000 in a raw good condition. These sales underscore how Golden Age first appearances and pre-code horror continue to climb as collectors diversify beyond superhero staples. Other strong results include Batman #11 from 1941 and a very good at $4,800, and Fantastic Four #4 from 1962, graded as CGC 7.5, also came in at $4,500. And the silent issue of G.I. Joe issue #21 from 1984, graded as CGC 9.8 newsstand, also scored a $4,500 price tag. Rounding out the list was Foxhole #3 from 1955, graded in a CGC 6.5, came in at $4,320. A reminder that war comics can still surprise in today's market. Together, the Shakers show that demand is high across genres and eras. If money were no object, which grail from today's list would you chase? Hulk 1, AF-15, or the Golden Age Batman? Share your dream pick in the comments. Me personally, it is going to be probably AF-15 since it's the origin and first appearance of Spider-Man. That would be the big book that I'll get out of those three right there. All right. That's all that I got for today's show. Please remember to join me on Sunday coming up at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be interviewing Brian LCS, the creator of the Comic Book Community Awards, on Comic Channel Origins. We're going to talk about how he's growing his YouTube channel and things like that. Also, that's it for today's episode. It's been brought to you by Ron's Comic Closet. He's my channel sponsor. And if you use code IHaveIssues at checkout, you'll be able to get 20% off your first purchase. He has back issues, some graded books, all of the current new releases. But yeah, you can use IHaveIssues, save 20% off your first purchase. And yep, that's all that I got. Today, that's it for today's Comic Issues Daily. Which story stood out to you the most? Mr. Sinister, Crown Cop, X-Men Villain, Marvel 1776 preview, or Skybound new NYCC showcase? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's rundown, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss tomorrow's recap. Thanks for watching. I'm Bryant, and remember, we always got more news than the Bugle or the Planet, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.